Hi there, Mike Giannotti here with your Copilot Snack of the Day. And today we're going to take a look at Copilot in Microsoft Teams for meetings. Now, I absolutely love the use of meetings. In fact, it's the number one thing I do with Copilot each and every day. Many of us were in overlapping meetings, we're in, double booked meetings, etc. And while we have to prioritize, it doesn't mean that the other meeting was not important or that, when we join late to a meeting, that we're going to have missed out on all that other content unless we go way out of our way to try to catch up. And just because there's a recording doesn't mean that we're going to watch a whole hour of a meeting that we missed the first 30 minutes to because it overlapped another prioritized meeting. That's where Copilot just shines. So Copilot is available to you as a user both after the fact and during the meeting in real time. We're going to take a look today at an example of a meeting that my colleagues recorded, and I'm very thankful to them for having done this. So when you see these names up here, like Sue Venzel, Pete Anello, Jim Warner, Daryl Rowe, Christopher Wendling, who else we have? Aaron and Mark Litwin. All those folks are stars, and they did this. So if you're working with them, count yourselves lucky because they're great folks. So here's an example, though, of a meeting. You can see after the fact, we're looking at it. A couple of things stand out right off the bat. Number one, not only is the meeting recording here brought to us by Copilot, but the AI has gone and reasoned across the transcript. And as such, it's able to recognize certain elements within it. For example, speakers, when they speak and how long they speak for, right? And at any point, I can skip forward to that point. I don't have to watch the entire thing just to get the gist of the meeting. So, hey, I want to see Daryl, I see was talking here near the end. I can take a look at that. It also breaks it down into topics. So again, we can do things like look at the project Falcon section. That's all I care about. Go back and listen to it if I wanted to. And we also have chapters. If we come on over here, we have it serving up AI notes. So notes around the meeting itself. And so you can see I can expand that and I can see additional notes. We have follow-up tasks that have all been generated here. We can have the actual notes people took, the transcript, at mentions will show up. But then I can query it, free query. And so during a meeting, if it's live, I'll have access to this right up here in Copilot and after the fact where I can ask it specific things. So we're going to click and open that. And you'll see the dialogue comes up here. And it says, and you're going to see there's a whole bunch because we keep reusing this particular demo one for demos. And so we're maintaining that state here against this meeting. But what we can do is come in and ask it questions. Now, again, if this meeting is live, I can ask it during the live meeting. So I missed the first 30 minutes. I can come in here, I could free type, or I could select one of the suggested prompts. Notice how it has recapped the meeting. Meeting is finished. It's saying, do you want to recap it? I also, though, during a live meeting, it's contextual. So it would say, recap the meeting so far. List action items so far. So it's contextual as to what's happening. But I can come in here, I could do something as simple as say, hey, go ahead and let's recap the meeting. And it's going to go now and it's going to reason across that transcript that's there. And again, if it is live, it's going to do what's been transcribed so far. And it's going to then present me the main points of the meeting. Including with that, you'll see there will be little numerical values that are going to pop up. And so with those, I can see, what was said by who and when. So here, Christopher Wendling talked about is successful. Maybe it can reduce the launch delay by 2 weeks instead of 1 month. We have some additional. Here's Daryl Rowe. In short, I'm going to kick things off and pass over to Chris. And I can continue to ask questions. I could go ahead and notice it's suggesting follow-ups, like list the action items. We could do that and then have it provide those back to us. So just some very basic things like recap meeting and list action items. Think of the power of grabbing those at the conclusion of a meeting and providing them to the attendees, right? Sending that out. but also you as the user, you prioritized a meeting, you missed the first 30 minutes, or you couldn't attend at all. You can come in very quickly, find out what was said. Oh, here we go. So there's action items by Chris where he agreed to it, by Pete agreed. Which one's this? By Sue. And we can do that. Even furthermore, we can do things like summarize all that was said by Sue Venzel or by any other member of the particular team, right? And I think Sue, is it with one L or two? It's with two. So see that? I almost spelled it wrong. There we go. And then I can hit that. And then, then it's going to go through and look at the dialogue that was by Sue and give me what she said, because I just cared about what she talked about. Or I could do that for any other user here. Again, live or on demand after the fact. And here is one additional use case to think about. We all have phones. I had a physician not too long ago ask me about leveraging the power of Teams on their phone. There we go. There's Sue's. On our phone to be able to capture. They said that I have downtime, as I'm going to and from my location, the provider location, the hospital that they work at. And I have this lengthy time. I have a lot of thoughts and ideas on my mind that I want to capture and be able to act on. Can I leverage Teams and Copilot to help me with that? I said, absolutely. So set up a recording meeting, right? That's going to take place each day during their commutes, whether they initiate it and join or not, and also set it up to auto record so they're not fumbling with buttons. Set up, auto record, and then everything that's when they get back to the office afterwards, it'll have been looked at, reasoned across by Copilot so they can get a summary of what they talked about, action items that they commit to for following up, and have that all available, all because of Copilot and Teams. So I think you can see that with Teams meetings and Copilot together, very powerful, great way to get much more productive, especially where you have so many meetings that you can't attend everything. So with that, this is Mike Giannotti. I hope you found this helpful with your Copilot snack of the day. Bidding you all take care, and as always, ciao.